We are back. Sorry for the lateness. Sorry for the lateness. Oh my gosh. Well, we got a good show today. But guys, as you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KI Culture Radio. Oh man, Hakeem Jordan, and also our special guest. Oh man, my dog Ray Midnight. What's going on, guys? What's feeling that? What's cracking?
What up, Ronnie Ron? Salute, Jordan. Salute to you guys. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for having me here. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for coming, my brother.
Of course. Sure. That, but also especially happy birthday for Ray Midnight. It was his birthday.
Yes,
happy birthday, King.
Happy birthday to you, brother.
Happy birthday, King.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's burning fire. We up here in Seattle.
It's gonna be an interesting show. So,
I love Seattle.
Man, it's a rare heat thing going on up here. So
Aurora Avenue.
you talking about? Okay, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different place right now.
Hey, you can tell I'm in the street.
Yeah, that's a whole different place right now.
What? I know.
Jordan, do your thing. Go right ahead.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Glad y'all coming in the chat. So today, we're gonna we have a special guest, and then we have a special topic for you guys. So as you know, this year has been 50 years of hip hop culture. As we know, hip hop has been big. When it started, it was big throughout. It started in New York. Right now, it's just global, 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 global. And we thank like I said, majority of us we grew up in the hip hop in the hip hop culture. A lot of people who listen to hip hop culture also has been saved for hip hop culture. Of start being rappers until they're phenoms to like the Lil Waynes, Nas, Jay-Z, Eminem, LL Cool J, Run DMC. Just so many artists that impacted the culture and also impacted in America and also impacted the world. So we have a clip we're gonna show you guys. We'll give a little hip hop culture. After that, we're gonna we'll chop it up. We're gonna talk about the old generation all the way to the new generation. So go ahead, King. Go ahead and play the clip real quick. And then we'll chop it up.
Definitely. Shout outs to Barry White, J for President.
Oh, shout out to Prince for President. What's going on, Prince?
Shout outs to him. Shout outs to Gore, my brother from another mother. Shout outs to the Queen Lotus. Shout outs to the Queen Lotus. Let's get it in.
Motivating Vision.
Hey, motivating.
Oh man, this is gonna be a really interesting show. What's going on, Prince?
Yeah, he's in the building.
That hip hop started in New York. You heard the stories of DJ Kool Herc. When was your first encounter, or the first time that you heard this new hip hop?
I was in 297 Park, and we were just shooting around, and somebody had a radio out there, and King Tim III came on the radio. When I was accepted to Fiorella H. LaGuardia High School of Music and the Arts, when it was on Convent Avenue in Manhattan. Being kids from Brooklyn, we were exposed for the first time to the uptown style of MCing and DJing. In Brooklyn, we were going vroom, 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 vroom. Uptown they was going, he's like, what is that?
Right.
So, and as far as MCing, we was on some Mikey and Ike were playing in the ditch type of shit. And uptown, we heard like routines, like this dude come in, and then that dude come in. I'm like, oh, they doing like routines, and they going, yes, y'all, to the beat, y'all.
That was like, your band, right? Grandmaster Caz, right?
Yeah, Caz.
Yeah, some of little snippets about going back to New York about how hip hop started and everything, and yeah, we definitely gonna talk about it because, like I said, hip hop has impacted has some type of impact in our lives, and we're definitely gonna chop it up. So I'm gonna pass it to you, Ray. I'm gonna pass it for a question for you. How did how or where did hip hop really have an impact in your life?
Hip hop had an impact on me from the moment that it was comprehensive for me. I'm a 80s baby, so I kind of grew up on really love of the early motions of hip hop, the beginnings, the Run DMCs and stuff like that. So uh, for me, every day since it was comprehensive again, it's been very impactful for me all the way up to my age of 44. So, excuse me. Uh, but yeah, I've always had a love for hip hop as well as everybody else. It's just for me, it's just taken on a whole new standard because now that I'm at an empty nest, I'm able to really mix it in with the library I've always had. So for me to see 50 years of hip hop is glorious. It should be celebrated more, but I love it right now. So, for me.
Yeah, Ray. But just say, hey, Ray. He didn't know that was you. I was like, yeah, that's Ray. That's Ray.
Yeah, that is me.
That's Ray. Because you know Ray, professional DJ, so you know I had to get him in. Go ahead, I can.
Shout out to the Queen Just J. Shout outs to the
Just
Queen
Jay.
Just J. Shout outs to my brother from another mother. I'm sorry I forgot you. Just hear me out. Sky, Sherry, I'm gonna be disappointed you're not here. Matter of fact, I'm even mad that I wasn't even invited on the trip.
Uh-oh.
So let me touch on this. Me being an MC, for a lot of y'all don't know, I've rapped under numerous of names, and I'm an 80s baby just like him. Hip hop is a beautiful thing. You know, as people, we move to the rhythm of the beat and the words and lyrics. So it has taught us so many things. I'm happy that I'm here to see the evolution of hip hop and the way it has brought into this forefront. It's the most exported product out of the United States that is being consumed. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Gas Mask. My man Gas Mask from out of Florida. He's a rapper too. Y'all go string him. Um, go ahead, fellas.
For me, my mom and my uncle, they tell me the story all the time. When I was like, when it was 6, 7, or 8 months, and this is when my uncle, he had a boom box in his room. He was, living with me and my mom at the time in the apartment. He played LL Cool J. Mama said, "Knock you out." They told me when they play it, I used to jump on up and down on my little carrier thing. I used to go to the boom box and listen to it and jump up and down. And at that at that month, how many months I was in and everything. So with me, you know this the first sound I heard about hip hop, and just hearing that, that's just, it was overjoyed for me and everything. And like I said, it started off in New York, and it started off hitting hood, like in the hood cities, and and it just expanded, decades and decades and decades, just expanded and everything. And to see now, I keep, like I said, I give you the festival, like I said, Rolling Loud. Now we have festivals on how we celebrate hip hop. It started off in, I believe, in Oakland, California, and then after that, it hit Miami, Florida, and then here in Los Angeles, when I'm staying at, in New York City. Now it's expanded into internationally, as in I believe Thailand. I believe back in March, they had it rolling out and everything, and you can see how it's impacting culture, not just here in America, but also in the international worlds, from Africa, from Asia to European. It's just it's expanded and everything, and you can see how impact hip hop and our black culture, how it's impacting the world and everything. And this is, it's just very much appreciated. And like what Ray say, this we definitely want to keep celebrate our hip hop and everything. And it's not over. It's just gonna keep to get bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger.
Now, here's the thing. When it comes, I'm not gonna lie. Hip hop did bring a really good assignment, especially for the community, because I think hip hop started in New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
New York, I think it started from there. And a lot of people, especially at that time when they were dealing with drugs, parents not being in the home, it got some people something to do, and it actually grew to what it is today. Now, there's other, right now, on YouTube, there's other content creators who are talking about the negative of hip hop and the aspect that it brings. For prime example, one guy is talking about African Bambaataa. I don't know if you guys are aware of him. One guy is literally talking about African Bambaataa, how he really did very detrimental harm to the community and actually bring it to light. Now, there is other people that became very famous and doing because of the hip hop culture, and not only that, but gave other people opportunity. But this is my question for Ray, because right now we live in the digital age. So you being a DJ, how hard it is for you to actually like book jobs, not only that, but also artists to actually get DJ in this time and today, pretty much at this time, because everything now is digital. But
Actually, it's a lot more easier because in the age of moving from analog to digital, there's no more crates. You don't have to carry those heavy crates anymore and those heavy turntables, which was for me commendable for me to see the old school DJs doing that because it takes a lot. You gotta have room in your car, and it's just you gotta really, really make sure you got the right records because you can't take them all. So you really got the ones you gotta have the ones that's gonna rock the crowd. So I always commend the ones like that. In today's digital age, we have it to where, we have the turntables to where you don't need that. You just carry your turntables and your laptop, and all your music catalog, is just there for you at your own convenience to download and stream. So it's just really like we're living in the playlist. It's a lot more easier. Anybody can really be a DJ. It's really unfortunately, anybody could be a DJ. It's a gift and a curse because you still have to have a good technique about it, but they've made it a lot easier to where anybody can really do it, which is kind of cool. But for the real original classic DJs, they may feel some kind of way, but you got to evolve with the times. It's just part of the game. For me, it would have been. It's more simpler for me, but I'm still learning. I'm not a scratch master, but I'm try to master the blends and transitions. I love blends and transitions. So for me, I just always use the library I've had in my old laptops and my new one, and added on to my as becoming a DJ, and just sitting in this my man cave like a classroom and learning for the love of, because I've always loved. I used to make CDs, so I was making mixed CDs. I still have them, like collecting cards. I still have them. I collect them like baseball cards. So I try to hold them dear, little scratches and all that, because there's stuff on there like from the FrostWire, LimeWire years that you just can't find no more because they shut a lot of that stuff down. Some of them websites and stuff like that, where they had torrents and so it's a lot more easier now, and it's really basically how you want to go about doing it, especially if you want to be an EDM person. You see, y'all know how you can really perpetrate being an EDM dance artist, and you act like you pushing knobs and you're really not. You know what I mean? So it's that easy. So.
go ahead, Hakeem.
Now, definitely. Hold on. Block parties on they back in the day were. Now, definitely. Ray, I want to ask you a question. As the 50 years of hip hop, and I know we all have consumed so much different. What what is your opinion of the state of hip hop now compared to back then? As far as like, how do you feel where the music is heading to?
Well, it's already we already see it, like you guys were saying earlier. Someone was saying earlier, it's a lot more global than we've come to know it to be. There, we see murals of Tupac and Biggie and other artists in different countries that we didn't even know, didn't have no idea that they were even bumping like that. So it's come definitely a long way. Um, for me, as a 44-year-old that grew up in the 90s, as a teenager, and seeing the eclectic different vibes of hip hop, there was um, a different mixture to kind of balance out the positive and negative. It just didn't feel like it was just one way. Today's state of hip hop, we're at a time to where there's still not a number one hit this year in hip hop, and that's saying a lot. Every year it's been one, but this year it's almost what fall. We don't listen. It's getting kind of close to the end of the year, right?
True. Yeah.
So we still ain't had a number one hip hop song yet. And if we on pace, it'd be the first time in almost a decade that's been
Wow,
like that.
crazy. That's facts.
So if this happens, it will be saying. I mean, we don't even gotta wait that long. It's already saying something to your question about how it's going. It went up like this as it was coming up in the '90s, early 2000s, mids, but now with the direction, it's coming back down here because there's not enough messages when I was like it is when we were growing up. There's not no messages. It's just a lot of sex and it was always a lot of sex and violence, but now it wasn't no. There was some backpack Kanye. There was some kind of thinking process music, and the thinking music now is not respected. They love J. Cole, but it should be more. It should be a little bit more than the NBA young boys. You get what I'm saying? And it is spilling out into outside. Back then we had gang stuff. There was dope. There's not dope anymore. It's not. It's still gang culture, but cats ain't really. There's not too much drive-bys. It ain't that intense no more. You just repping it now. You just wear a color. You might catch both of us at the same club now. You get what I'm saying? But back then when we was growing up, it was invalid for that to happen. So now when we see guns now, it's more itchiness in this, but the music is more like I need to shoot something, and so it's spilling out into where the music is not genuinely fun no more. And when you go to the club and you start hearing these kinds of, it's either Ice Spice or it's NBA YoungBoy, that's the energy that it carries. You know what I'm saying? More than we just having to dance and twerking and women are, dancing with men and having a good time. It's more so mean mugging and please don't step on my shoe, or we're going, you got to see me outside afterwards. So it's global now, but the fun music is kind of being watered out. It's being drowned out a little bit more now. So in my humble opinion, from someone that's seen it from the 80s, 90s, and to now. So I just feel like we're kind of in trouble because if Drake is going to be the fun person yet, and he still ain't came out with a number one hit yet, it ain't been no summer fun hit yet either, has it? It ain't been no summer hit either.
No, I
So
think Red. I think they put Sexy Red as the summer hit. Pound Town. And also Speed. But I'm being honest. They said that was the summer.
Okay. We can. Pound Town came out a little right springtime. Ski Eat is a little recent, but do we consider that a summer anthem? Do we? That's more of the guys. First of all, guys, we gotta be careful catching guys singing these two songs. You know what I'm saying? When I think of Ski Eat, when I think of Ski Eat, I'm thinking of Lil Jon. All skeet. I ain't thinking of Ski. I'm making a lot of money. Ski.
Right.
So, imagine us guys and they're like, "Hey, what's up, my guy?" Gang stuff though, but because you hear that some gang stuff or a bird call, Ski, yo, Ski. But now it's more of a ladies' anthem. It's like us singing "Hot Girl Summer." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it a collective summer anthem, or is that just the song? Because even that, those ain't number one hits. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I wouldn't. But yeah, if that's the song of the summer, again, we're in trouble. If these two songs are the summer anthems, that goes back to my point, then, right? You get what I'm saying? So we're in trouble. There's no guy anthem, you know what I'm saying? So we're 50 years of hip hop really should be celebrated on all coasts. It should be a festival on every coast. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be 1 month. It should be till it's all done the right way with dedications to each hip hop artist that was known from those coasts or those regions, you know what I'm saying, respectively, that has passed away or legends, you know. And so it should be done, it should have been done a little bit more where the fans are involved. You get what I'm saying? Other than just paying for a big show at Yankee Stadium or something like that. It should have been some build up of polls. Who should be on this coast? You fans decide. All the big hip hop conglomerates could have came together and made it, you know, more of like a regional thing, like how people throw block parties every summer, and back in their place, you know, up here every summer they throw a block party on every block. That's how I feel like 50 years of hip hop, because it would have been a good way to introduce the youngsters to how it was for us, but we could have got gangster the same way y'all doing now, but we knew how to turn it off. You get what I'm saying? I don't get the feeling that these young folks know how to turn that off the way we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could listen to DJ Quick and listen to some Snoop Dogg, you know, but then know how to turn it off and go back and listen to some X-Clan, you know, or some Poor Righteous Teachers.
Question: when you mean turn it off, are you talking about in the aspect, like, for example, right now, drill rapping is what's popping right now, right, Hakeem? I could be wrong because I can't actually know, like,
you're correct.
I know right now drill rapping is popping. So you telling me, like, for example, I can listen to drill rap, but make sure to turn it off. Don't, meaning pretty much what you're saying is turn it off, meaning that don't allow it to affect me. That's what I'm trying to get to understand.
Yeah, don't let it to leave outside, because yeah, that feel like me. I'm that guy. I'm that girl. You know what I'm saying? He relates to me, to where I can't turn off and be like, I ain't gotta go out there and act like that, but then I can go back and just ease my mind, smoke a blunt, listen to some J. Cole, or even listen to some Brent Fayez, or even some Drake when he's on some real seriousness, when he ain't talking too much about relationships and stuff like that, when he's on his lyrical flow. You get what I'm saying? So if I say Drake, because that's more relatable to some of the folks that we can get deep. Like, I can go deep and say Sci-Hi the Prince or something like that.
Oh, I love him.
Who was he? Who was that? You know what I'm saying? But knowing he's
Right.
been contributing ghostwriting wise, and he's one of the great lyricists in the last 20, 30 years, or 15 years. Let me not go that far. But sorry, my son took his shirt off. But so no, that's for me. I'm trying to be more relatable, because Drake is not really a bad. He can really go and freestyle if he wants to. He's just known as a pop guy. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just think that it just has to be a balance, and it's just not. There's not enough teachings of. It's always the old dudes. So that old crap. Who listens to Run DMC? Who listens? But you know, you listen to NWA. Folks know NWA because of the movie more than they know. You know.
Yeah, and the movie too.
You know, they know about they learned to love NWA. You know, but they ain't, you know, they ain't get to know them after that, which is fine. But I just think that the 50 years of music should have been more expanded, because it feels like it's rushed and pushed. You know, because, like, you know how y'all do, y'all see how Rolling Loud is doing their festivals?
Yep.
Yeah.
3 days, right? You see the lineups, they are full, live stream every day for free. You get what I'm saying? Schedule who you want to watch. Feels like you're there, especially if you have a big TV or something, right? That's how 50 years of hip hop should have been. 3 days, you know, like a black Woodstock. Try it again. Just for the game. It should have been a black Woodstock for 3 days. Remember how MTV, and they had the Woodstocks in the farm field back in the 90s? And they had DMX up there, and he had everybody, mostly white folks, right? Because you know white folks mostly consume, just going crazy. Monumental. That's how Rolling Loud is. You get what I'm saying? It should have been like that for 50 years of hip hop, and folks in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, because it came out. throw some sprinkle R&B in there because you know some hip hop has some great R&B mixes, remixes in there. That's how it should have been.
No, but
You
the
know,
like I said, there's other like content creators on YouTube who's actually protesting for the 50-year anniversary of hip hop because they feel like today the hip hop, pretty much the hip hop culture is pretty much hurting the black community and actually doing good. So for your opinion, Ray, do you think, and also Hakeem and Jordan, you guys could of course you guys could time in. Do you think the hip hop culture really doing very harm to the black community? Go ahead.
Um, I say hip hop has always been evolving. I seen three generations of hip hop growing up. I can't speak about the first one. I was there for Common Sense, Jungle Brothers, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest. That I remember first listening to that. My brother put me on to that. Then I grew up in the Dope Boy era. Ross, and all these other guys, and people talking about selling dope. So there's always been a negative and a positive side about it. I guess it's always been how you consume it and who's willing to listen. But the biggest thing I used to have an issue with being a rapper is how we don't own nothing in hip hop. My first record contract I signed, I gave away close to 90% of my publishing, and I was only given 13%. I don't own none of the songs I've ever recorded. I have been signed twice. They was able to play the music, still play the music, and that's no wrong. Business is business, but we don't own hip hop, but we consume it. And if we want to talk about it, like we could have an opinion, but we don't control it for us to be mad about it.
Yeah, that's a good one, Hakeem. Yeah, I think it's so for hip hop, I think it hurts some of these artists who might sign these 360 deals who don't get get their money or get their masters and anything. And I think them, you have some of these, every year you might have these, one hit wonders. They might, hit the top 10 in Billboard or top 20 in Billboards for like the next couple months, 3 or 4 months and everything. And then a year or two later, you don't hear him anymore. What happened to him? And you hear, and you can see you hear all this stuff about how they don't get their money and anything. But the thing is, to me, the smart way is like, you could definitely monetize it. Like, would definitely go independent and everything, especially with this YouTube, and other social medias that, if you're good at anything, if you're good, if the people like you, you make your own music, make music videos on YouTube, you can just monetize for yourself and everything and go on independent. One of my boys we had on the show, Monte Carlo, he's an independent artist. He's been at for what 10 years now, and and he just going his own way and he's and make it work by himself and anything. So for me, I don't think the hip hop really, hurts our community because, like I said, it's a I would say it's a profession we can make money on, and you don't need to go to get a record deal. You can just do independent by yourself.
Shout out to
um,
Jay Sublime and Instagram. We go ahead.
um, I don't think it has hurt the community because, to you guys' point, it's much more easier for folks to get in and make money, and whether it's making beats, creating your own room as a studio has become cutting out the middleman and going to pay hundreds of dollars to do, for studio time. It's just about, and it's not that much to make your own studio anymore. To Jordan's point, so and to get monetized along with that, as far as being streamed, it helps you digitally. It helps you to be easier to be independent on your own and to be able to
Yeah.
market yourself. But you just have to really, really put the work in. But for a 360 deal, some people don't know how and don't are too lazy to put in the work, but they're very talented and may need that 360 deal to be able to have that distribution and that push from a big label to market them if you're not good at marketing yourself. But the way how easier it is with TikTok, and nowadays you could dang near make a nice 3-minute music video on TikTok with the right camera, You know what I'm saying? So the way with editing is now with these camera phone apps. So I think it's the only time it hurts the community is when there's not no one there to teach your kid what you're listening to, what they're what they're being exposed to for the first time, if especially if it's violent. That's the only time it could be a little bit detrimental because there's always been music that we've had to sneak to listen to long before hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. So along with magazines. So I mean, there's always going to be some kids that or that's going to sneak and go around whatever you tell them not to listen to. You just got to really teach them that, hey, there is this side of the world, but there's also this side of the world too. So that's the good part of hip hop is for those that don't know, curious, you can learn, but just don't let it be consumed. So that's the only time I think it's a curse. But for the most part, it has put a lot of people in jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of black people in jobs specifically. From the time that we've grown up, we've all four of us have grown up to know, and the labels that has come and gone, and the cats that has become executives throughout the years from music and thrived off hip hop. It has put a lot of money in people's pockets that came from the same neighborhoods and environments that we've been in. So for me, to see people flourish like i.e. a Jay-Z and to be able to still wear hip hop without having to talk about it all the time, but exude it, you know, he's graduated. To me, graduation of hip hop is what I see in Jay-Z, to where he's in an executive branch, but I could still go right in front of a stage with this suit on, freestyle at the top of my head, and thwart you. So he's graduated to where he exude that, and I think had Pac stayed alive, that would have been what we would seen to Pac because he was an actor.
Yeah.
He was multifaceted,
Good
so
point.
he would have been right up in that upper echelon, right where Jay-Z would have been because he was already there in that young space with the people and surroundings that he was as far as Hollywood. So
We have,
Okay.
I don't know how King saw it. One question from Lotus, and also from Lloyd, like protein. Shout out to him. He's actually a new subscriber. He actually came from chocolate herb. She was on the show on Monday. So shout out
Mm-hmm.
to one of the questions from Lotus. He said, "Do y'all think conscious rap is phasing out?" That's from Lotus. That's one question. And the other question from Lord Spike. He said, "Did gangster rap kill hip hop?" So those are two questions. Go ahead, King.
Um, Ray, I'm gonna let you answer that first.
So the first question
um,
is conscious rap rate. Do you think conscious rap is phasing out? Then the second question is, do you think gangster rap kill hip hop?
first question is conscience rap fading out. I think no, because there's great artists that isn't being paid attention to, and with the world of algorithms, people are kind of being biased in what they're choosing to listen to, and their attention span in the world of streaming has become short. The conscience rap is always there, just like jazz. It's like, okay, do you want to listen to rock or you want to listen to jazz? You want to listen to some hardcore? You want to listen to some smooth? So it's always going to be something hardcore rap, and there's always going to be some smooth rap. It's just about how you characterize it. It's not being marketed that way because the bad rap, of course, is being, debatably and argumentatively, you could say it's being marketed out there intentionally. Because we know if you put the conscious rap out there, we've seen what conscious rap does when we was younger. We've seen when we had the African medallions and the Malcolm X hats and all those, when the Juice times, you get what I'm saying? That was music influential, you know what I mean? So that was drowned out, teaching you how to love yourself as a black person. When Queen Latifah had the hat on, when you was, it was that time. And it was made you feel good to be a young black brother or sister out there. you just don't hear much of that no more. J. Cole teaches touches, J. Cole touches on it a lot. You know what I'm saying? But so to say he's considered conscious, but I don't. In comparison to what we knew with conscious rap was not the same because conscious rap for me was pro-black. It was a lot of pro-black. Conscious rap today is more like uh, it's not more pro-black. It's more like self-care, of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And love yourself. Like J. Cole said, love yourself. It's know yourself more. But conscious rap in the 90s was about you love your brotherhood, your sisterhood, and it wasn't violent and combative. It was just about love yourself. Look in the mirror and be like, you are important. So, and that's what I remember. But conscious rap is always there. But people don't want to hear that now. They want to hear the negative stuff. That's just really what it is, unfortunately. But there is a market there for that. Absolutely.
And the second question is gangster rap killed the is gangster rap is killing hip hop? Gangster rap.
No, no, it's not killing hip hop. It's again, it's at a time to where the attention span is there. It's where people want to put their mindset at. Because gangster rap always been there. I've grown up on gangster rap. I've grown up on it,
Facts.
but I didn't have to go out here and go shoot nobody. I knew consciously to be like, okay, because a lot of time gangster rap got some bomb ass beats behind it. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? It's some thumping, bass bumping stuff. So I knew how to, I'm raised around that environment. I could have been a Crip, but I'm like, that's too easy. It's too easy to go out here and do bad things. It's very complicated to do the right thing, but it's very easy to do the wrong thing. So that's the way how I always took it. Like, well, that's too easy. Oh, I can go sock somebody. I could go rob somebody. I didn't have to portray. Listen, the worst thing you do is let music determine if you're hardcore or not. The blessed thing to know if you was in that neighborhood, like, oh yeah, I seen that. Oh, okay, so they're relatable. I don't got to go out here and act like what I should have wanted to be because I was raised on the outskirts of the city. So for me, I don't think gangster rap killed hip hop. It's because it's always been around. It's changed. Gangster rap ain't even gangster rap because it's not Bloods and Crippish no more. It's just more about gunplay. That ain't. Are we considering that gun rap? Or are we considering that gangster rap? Because it ain't nobody talking about folks, Vice Lords and Bloods and Crips. And now it's not against you, my blood brother, but I just like it's just Crip over here. Oh, okay, much respect, much respect. You get what I'm saying? So it's not more of no diverse, it's not no division when you talk about that in songs. I mean, like when we think about the game, all the game finna come up here and talk about some Crips. Or when we talk about Snoop, we know Snoop ain't finna talk about no Bloods. So it's not like it ain't even that kind of. When we think about gangster rap, is it gangster anymore? Drill is the gun rap. You get what I'm saying? But the only thing about for me, drill is the same beat, but it's from Britain. It's really from UK. That's UK sound, really. To be honest, that's UK's rap scene. That's come over here for a change. We developed a sound that came from UK. Now we hearing it's becoming redundant because somebody made a hit off it one time. Now everybody got to do the drill, So that's just where we are with it. But you don't want to say the legend of it is Chief Keef, because if you say Chief Keef, it's like saying Marshawn Lynch. You would have gave Marshawn Lynch the ball in MVP, and you would have had a dreadhead with a gold tooth in his mouth representing the league. So no, we don't want that kind of picture. But he is the guy of the drill. He is the guy. It's Chicago music here, but it's UK ultimately when they sped it up. Chief Keef wasn't rapping the speed kind. You get what I'm saying? His was a little bit slower. Overall, that's the UK drill. Drill is UK.
Go ahead, Hakeem. Hakeem will join you. Y'all can feel free to answer the question if you like.
Okay, I'll go real quick. With the gangster rap kill hip hop, no, no, not at all. I think gangster rap definitely revolutionized hip hop in the history. With started with NWA. They was the pioneers, one of the pioneers of hip hop. You get to Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, especially Ice Cube. Man, look what happened to Ice Cube now. From here to now, he owns the big three. That it helped him. It definitely helped him in his career. From that, writing movies to the Fridays, him with his movie, movie career, acting career. Ice-T, look how Gangsta Rap helped him. Now
Yeah,
he's been a long time actor. 50 Cent, look at him. From being a rapper to now producing movies and TV shows.
I
So
see. Yeah.
it's like I said, it can help you if you look at as a gangster rap as a short term, and then hey, it could push you into bigger things if you know what you're doing and everything, like the people I just named. And what was the first question you said about conscious rap?
Yeah, is it phasing out? Is
No, I don't think so. It might not get played on mainstreams as we might see it, but I don't think it's played out. Your big stars right now are still what Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and there's a third one. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and yeah, you got the big ones right there. And also, there's people who are conscious rappers, it's independently that that you can listen to on YouTube or on social medias and everything. It might not, like I said, it might not get to play into the mainstream, but conscious rap is still there and it's not going anywhere. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Definitely, all y'all brothers spoke so eloquently. I just want to add my 2 cents on this. So, conscious rap has never faded; it just got smaller. And I look at hip hop and music just the way people buy sneakers. Some things was in style, it's not in style anymore. When De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, and Jungle Brothers, the African Medallions, that was a movement at that time. Gangster rap came because there was different groups of people with different lifestyles emerged. That came in style. Then we had the weed smoking rap. That was in style. We're not too far from there. That was like what, 5 years ago? Emo rap. So a lot of these musics started to emerge and they started to now be in their different pockets. Another thing too, why more people don't do conscious rap anymore, 60% of rappers who out probably have done conscious rap before. They say it just doesn't make money. And this is a lot of reason why it switched over. NLE Chopper, for an example, he had put out a conscious song. Nobody listened to it. Nobody streamed it. He went back to talk about drilling and shooting people. So we have a lot of these things that are happening now where you have a core fan base, but then the way the consumer is, it dictates the market. If it's not a smash hit, nobody's not listening. J. Cole can make a hit. Kendrick can make a hit. What's the other dude name from Detroit? And these guys can make a hit that can revolutionize the masses. You could put out a conscious album. You might have 50,000 people streaming. You ain't gonna have the whole world. And this is where a lot of us starts to get caught up now. Gangster rap. I never thought that gangster rap killed it. It just shifted conscious to the closet, and it just became the forefront. But nobody even talking about gangster rap anymore. We can't even pick it out no more. What it is, what it defined, who actually raps it. We know what it is. Same thing like dope boy rap. Remember, Atlanta had dope boy rap. Atlanta had his last couple years. They made their money. Everybody wanted to be a drug boy. Don't forget, New York had. Remember, boom bap in New York shifted to mafioso rap. I don't know, a lot of people, everybody thought they was dons and was in the mafia. Nas, all these guys, Cool G rap, and a lot of these guys was doing mafioso rap, moving kilos of cocaine, even the locks, kilos of cocaine, shifting boats. I'm getting this. Rick Ross talk about it. So things just shift over time. And I think that if you like a music, we just need to start supporting it. and that's what it's the key to.
That's true.
Jump, jump over, agree is an aspect when it comes to conscious rap because, like, prime example, J. Cole just did a song with Little Dirt, and that song was a hit. You see how he infiltrated his skill with conscious into that song, and people fell to love it. Even people that listen to a lot of drill rap, so it kind of do helps out when it comes to the aspect of the hip hop community. So I don't think it's going in the way. Hell, Kendrick Lamar win a Grammy every year, a good 2 to 3 Grammys. So you can kind of say that people kind of favor conscious rap because conscious rap pretty much tell you the truth of what's actually going on within the community. Now, when it comes to the aspect of gangster rap pretty much fade out in this decade. Right now, people mostly focus on drill rap. Now, if the question was on drill rap, I think drill rap is more dangerous than actual gangster rap. Because gangster rap, people are like, okay, NWA. Like me, sometimes I go back and listen to an NWA record like F the Police, stuff like that, because those are all dope, man. Like those are good records. However, I know it's a question. That's a good question too. He asked. So I'm gonna make mine very pretty much brief. I'm pretty much done. That's what's pretty much hurting the community now is pretty much that drill rap. Go ahead, I can.
Lord Spike Protein, you asked a great question. Something like rap, hip hop subcultures. We don't acknowledge it, but hip hops have thousands of subcultures into it. You know what I'm trying to say? And one thing I want to say is this, Ronnie, you made a good point, and I want to add, drill rap is only dangerous to the drill rappers. They killing each other when they diss each other on raps. And they are dangerous in their own neighborhood. The suburban white boy who live in Weston or the Hamptons, spin around the block. Spin around the block. He'll just sit there, he'll spin around his block a couple times in the Winnebago and park and just say, hey, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah, that's true. And I got a question for all three of you. And this is about the state of female hip hop. Do you guys feel like there's not a balance in female hip hop because you see majority of female hip hop is sexual based, from Sukiana to Sexy Red, to Lotto, and many others. It's a lot of sexual liberated things. Cardi B and everything. And I feel like some of these other female rap who like MCs who really rap, they don't get the notoriety as they should, meaning getting in the mainstream. Because if you would have had like Lauryn Hill or Queen Latifah or MC Light come around this time, they would get no love or respect. So how you guys feel about the state of female hip hop?
Go ahead, Ray. Go first.
The state of female rap is always tricky because it's like the state of WNBA, kind of like, y'all know what I mean when I say that, because like there's always that respect because they're athletic, you know what I'm saying, and they're talented, but it's like, you know what I mean? So for me, I think it's always been sexualized. I think the whole Glorilla thing was, and the awards that she received was a little much for me. You know what I mean? I just hit wise okay, but I just think that it's a good story, but it's just this kind of dirty female rap going around now. We went from hot girl summer to when Meg had her streak last summer. You get what I'm saying? So now here we are with this Sexy Red Glorilla, and now it's the worry because when you see the BET Awards and you see Bobby Jones Gospel, seeing this girl who basically got stripper clothes on with a stack of money in her hand, and if you're young enough to know who Bobby Jones is, you cracking up because you hear this gospel church man, and he's not used to the award shows like this at all. So he's seeing this and seeing a girl ski with her basically butt cheeks shaking in front of him, and my Pound Town, my booty hole brown, and he's like, "Oh my word, what is?" So it's female rap is looking funny to me in a way because you thought it was bad with Cardi, but it gets even like gutter you know, with Sexy Red and Glorilla, they starting to sound like guys. They got deeper voices. You thought Young M.A. was tough. Now you finna get the southern version of Young M.A. Well, you got the East Coast version.
Mm-hmm.
Now welcome to the down south version, Midwest version of Young M.A., which is a little bit more gutter than Young M.A. You know, if it depends on who you ask, I should say. But I just think and she wasn't, I wouldn't even consider Young M.A. dirty. It's just this dirty girl rap going on, and it's starting to carry. You know, and there's a lot of this coddling. Like there's these big girls who's like these Sexy Reds, but they're very bigger, and there's not nobody being honest with these girls at all. So it's like, and I'm being really honest because
No,
the
no, you
talent
got
is
to.
killing,
It's true.
but there's
No, we
not.
appreciate it. We appreciate your honesty.
Because I mean, Glorilla Rhapsody should be getting more shine. Like even Tink, because Tink is more
I love her.
multifaceted. Tink knows how to rap and she knows how to sing. But she's,
Facts.
you know, what I'm saying, she's still right here waiting to
Mm-hmm.
get here. You get what I'm saying? So it's not helping the more women it's for Rhapsody and those even the Cardis and them. It really ain't helping Nicki. You get what I'm
No.
saying? It's making her even more mad because how is she? But you got so you know what I mean. So but you know I'm just saying it's just this dirty kind of feeling like these girls be in the backyard in the pool that ain't clean, talking to the homies and stuff like that. They smoking Black and Miles kind of rap, like you know what I mean. Like they're talking about they messing with dudes, Raw Dog, and then they talking about Raw Dog Ronnie, not Governor, right? Talking about Raw Dog Ronnie. So you get what I'm saying? They want the Raw Dog Ronnie out here. So I think they're in a little bit of a trouble, but that's young women right now. Young
Mm-hmm.
women love the bad boys. You know, they like to being tatted up and, you know, a couple of tats on their face, you know what I'm saying? A couple of bright wigs, you know what I'm saying? So it's just when I think of those two, Glorilla and her, that's where the state of women hip hop is right now as we speak. Or it's those two and Sukiyana. And we know if you know about Sukiyana, way before she got this public hype, she been nasty. So that's the female Dolomite, the new school female Dolomite.
That's a
So
fact. Fact.
you get what I'm saying? That's Sukiyana. You know, she's worse than Lil' Kim, just hear me out. You know, Lil' Kim was nasty for the 90s. Sukiyana
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit more degrading.
that she is.
So, I mean, it's a lot of degrading, dirty female hip hop going on. But that's a lot of the younger 19 to 25-year-old ladies right now in the hood, in most hoods, in the black neighborhoods right now, is what you see in Sexy Red Glorilla right now. And the music and the music resonates that. So when you see women our age, Pound Town, sit your ass down. What are you doing? You're too old for that. You know? So it's a little weirder for us grown older folks, but it is a catchy beat and stuff, but it took a minute. But you know, women female hip hop is always gonna be there, but it's always gonna be watered down because once you see that there's one Lauryn Hill, there's 5 Sexy Reds.
Yep.
That's all that kind of overshadows the Lauryn Hill X type one. Lauryn Hill is the last one with carrying all the Grammys as a rapper / singer.
Yep.
Again, rapper / singer. But you hear some folks just say, "Oh, Lauryn Hill's a singer first." No, she's not.
No,
She
she's a
is
spitter.
an MC first. That just
Yeah.
happens to know how to sing. So that's where we are. Queen Latifah,
Raw
you know,
digger.
she sings too.
Yeah, fact.
But
Yep.
they forgot that she knows how to rap.
You and not Ty. Come on.
Yeah.
Right. But you wouldn't know. I mean, she was doing jazz songs, singing in the 90s, though. You get what I'm saying? So it's just about the good ones is gone. Put it like that. The good female artists that we know, the Queen Latifahs, the Miss Melodies,
Ooh, Jesus.
even the ones, the Lady of Rage, even though she didn't even have an album out, Mia
Yeah,
X, even the
Mhm.
ones that didn't get a chance,
I
but
get rough
they
and tough
had,
with my Afro
Afro
puffs.
Puss. Oh, slow down. Too
even the
bad. My
ones that,
bad.
that was on their way, but didn't get a chance, they was better than some of these females that's getting a lot more shine today. And that's, of course, MC Light, Lotus,
Like,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
About Light. But Light got her
Oh,
shine, though. But Light is respected, though. But these youngsters, these young women wouldn't know who MC Light, what she do, commercials? That's the only time I hear her. Well,
Yeah.
I heard her on that commercial.
yeah.
You know what I
Georgie
mean? They
Porgy.
don't, right. So, I mean,
Mhm.
female hip hop has made their place in there. They're there, but it's just not. There's still not one that stands out. That's still going to be on a Drake, J. Cole level yet. And if it looks like they're trying to have a white woman rapper do it first, they don't. I have this odd feeling that
I
if
know
it
who you talking
does,
about. I know who you talking about.
I have this odd feeling that
I,
they're trying to make this happen. And
WYNNE. That's what you talking about?
I seen something,
No, I know
but
you talking about. She's from Portland, Oregon, something like that. I
but
think
I
she's
just
from.
have this odd feeling. That's how it's going to happen, you guys. It's going to happen like Eminem, but in the female version. Oh, that's the best female MC.
Yeah,
Oh,
What you talking about? Now I remember when he broke it down. I know
yeah.
exactly.
What? Listen, the chat is talking about Wayne. We had got hooked up on her too. She's spitting hip hop, and
yeah,
but
I
they
think that's
they
what I've
push.
seen. I
She
was like,
said hip hop is too much black, and then actually focus on like
No,
racial.
but
Go ahead, I can.
no, you're right. But let's go back to what I said earlier. A lot of people could be doing this. They just don't see the money in it. They say, hey, let me talk about sexing and getting this thing together. But female rap right now has been trash. The last queen of hip hop was Nicki Minaj. This was the last person we can visibly remember who was spitting bars on track. Literally. Now, mind you,
right.
you mentioned Rhapsody. Love her. She doesn't get the exposure that she got. She was with Nice Wonder. We had MC Nitty Scott. She's another one. Jean Grey. It was a lot of female rappers who did not get their approach, and some of them have phased out. Drizzy, I love Drizzy and Tink. You mentioned Tink. A lot of people forget. They say she was supposed to be the next Lauryn Hill.
Drizzy, yeah. Yeah, Drizzy, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of these girls. And listen here, Drizzy and Tink, they even done got more sexual now than ever. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Nicki
Right,
Minaj is
right.
the last queen of hip hop. There's nothing else we can do about it. A lot of these girls know they can, if they talk ratchet, they're gonna get a bag. Suki Hana and them proved that point. Pound Town, my booty hole brown.
Nikki would be the Nikki would be that. Nikki, to your point, she is that, but her attitude and how she's not trying to kind of evolve with the new breed
Yeah,
it's failing her, and she's taking too long to come out with some new stuff. She's getting too comfortable.
talk
In
about it.
my humble, if you want to be the king, the queen, you guys still, you still gotta kind of come out and represent though. I
You're
get it though.
right.
She was on. Go for it. I'm
You're
sorry.
right. No, that's no problem. I was gonna say her last beautiful work was Roman Revenge. We still raving about how she spit on that record.
Yeah. Yeah.
You you know what I'm saying? But we've gotten to the point where more people want to make money now instead of actually dipping into their feelings and putting out masterpieces. There's no such thing as concept albums anymore.
I
Everybody
think the
gonna put.
concept. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother. I'm done.
I was just gonna say, the last conceptual album that I like is really when Kanye was really in his bag. When the conceptual nature of 808 and Heartbreaks and how that changed the game from what he did in his emotional, vulnerable time is masterful for me. And he's to me, he's a genius in his own right. So him having mental issues. We know that Genius is always a lot of them have mental issues anyway, so it kind of coincides. But I just think he's one of the dopest musical geniuses of our time. How he was able to make beats and from the ground up, and then add his own lyricists to them. This is how he was able to culturally change the game and utilize auto tune, uh, and have the young master of T Pain implemented into his stuff, and people carry that on to their music for a while. Remember how that auto tune streak was with everybody. A lot of that came from after T Pain, but a lot of that came from after 808s and Heartbreaks, as far as the harmonizing part of it in music, because that was a very conceptual, masterful album, in my humble opinion.
So so pretty much last question. This is pretty much go for Ray. So Ray, let the guys know how to find you. I already kind of put your YouTube channel in the chat, but let them know how the guys can find you. And also if they're looking for a DJ, how can they contact you as well? Go right ahead.
You guys could contact me. I'm Ray Midnight, RayMidnite, on all platforms. I'm here on the YouTube. Ronnie Ron knows me well. Um, I'm on YouTube, Facebook. That's my most personal spaces: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, same name. Snapchat, Ray Midnight, YPB, same things. Ray Midnight everywhere. I'm public. There's nothing private about me. Y'all find me anyway. I'm trying to get more into Twitch so I could do some live sets, but once I get it set up right, then you guys will know about it. I will let Ronnie Ryan know about it. So yes, that's how you guys get in touch with me. Hit me up anytime, you guys. I appreciate y'all having me in Chaos Culture Radio. It's
Oh,
always
Brother, we appreciate having you with all your wealth and knowledge, man.
yeah,
appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Ray was dope. I ain't gonna lie, it was dope. At first, I was like kind of nervous because I come from a space where Ray goes in. You get what I'm saying?
No, not here. I know how to switch it off. You know where we come. I see how you switch it too. Just like you, Ryan. We people are peacemakers in the space we are in. So,
All
you
right.
know, and we're not unless they come for us. But I just want to answer one more thing because someone said something about Public Enemy.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah,
Public,
yeah.
Public Enemy, they were known to be political, yes, but they are again for the people.
Yep.
They was for the people, and they talked. It was a different, yeah, political, like you said. There was tribe. We had different facets of rap: political black rap, gangster rap. But Public Enemy is legendary, always, always legendary. That's all I had on that. I just seen that question like, whoa.
No, but appreciate you, Ray. And also, guys, put it in the chat. Happy birthday, Ray. His birthday was last week.
Happy
But
birthday, Ray.
the least
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Ray's always moving. He's always in the move. Not only that, he's also good with sports too. So if you're on the sports side, if you get my joke, Ray know what we talking about. If you're on
Yes,
us,
sir.
hit the man up because we be talking about sports too. So Hakeem and George, you have any final thoughts before we head home?
I was saying we could play a hip hop song to end it out from an independent artist.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There have been so many people. You know, Jay Sublime was in here. You remember him?
Yes, I remember him. Yes.
The one we had did the interview with at the studio. We could play
Correct.
his music. We could play Kareem. Is whatever.
It's
Whatever.
whatever. Remember you the DJ right now, so it's
You know, it's something that's not gonna get us hit with a copyright strike.
so they probably use your cousin.
Yeah. We'll play Kareem's song. Kareem just really dropped a hip hop song. And Ray, hello? I would like Ray's opinion on it.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. This was a lady. I have a young lady who dropped the hip hop song, and I want your opinion on it.
Go ahead, Hakeem. Yeah, y'all drop happy birthday Ray in the chat. We really do appreciate it. The man came out here and did his thing. Go ahead.
All right, let's do it. So yeah, we about to play Unfollow Me. This is a group. They I don't know, they from Georgia and Miami. Strictly hip hop. Let's get it in. 50 years.
take it out of me. Some wonder why Stevie never off key. Songs in the minor, graphic designer. Go to the studio, then hit the diner. Fresh out the pen like free Britney Griner. It's time to open up, but I'm the headliner. Level up, we never giving up. Even when it's tough, I'm a diamond in the rough. When it goes wrong, you try to hold on, but you're done with it. When I show up, I try to show love, but they don't get it. Purple energy, Big Stevie, we having fun with it. It's been so long, we gotta hold on, cause we gon' get it. When it goes wrong, you try to hold on, but you're done with it. When I show up, I try to show love, but they don't get it. Purple energy, Big Stevie, we having fun with it. It's been so long, we gotta hold on, cause we gon' get it. 09 is when we first crossed paths, now it's 2023, man, y'all do the math. I feel everything just like an empath. This is the end of the world and everything's trash. I see through it all like everything's glass. Gotta give it my all even though it won't last. It's all temporary, the things they carry. We all wear a mask just like Jim Carrey. I'm a mad black woman directed by Tyler Perry. Part lady, part machine, extraordinary. Overcame my biggest fears and that was scary. All I fear is fear itself and that is heavy. I say I want more and yes, I'm ready. Staying out the way, no time for being petty. This is the second verse and I'm done with it. Purple on the beat and we having fun with it. Let's get it. When it goes wrong, you try to hold on, but you're done with it. When I show up, I try to show love, but they don't get it. Purple energy, Big Stevie, we having fun with it. It's been so long, we gotta hold on, cause we gon' get it. When it goes wrong, you try to hold on, but you're done with it. When I show up, I try to show love, but they don't get it. Purple energy, Big Stevie, we having fun with it. It's been so long, we gotta hold on, cause we gon' get it.
Woo! Shout out to Stevie, man.
Shout out to
Now,
Stevie.
now who? Now, wait a minute. So that's someone's relative on there, is what I'm understanding.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Okay, tell her to keep rocking, man. Keep rocking.
No, definitely. Yeah, she's trying to get into space. A female rapper. You know, she strictly only do hip hop. You know.
You guys ever thought about doing a music review? You know what I'm saying? On you know, like even on like New Music Friday. You know, for somebody or a new music artist that you guys are introducing to. I ever thought about doing something like that
Oh yeah,
in y'all segments or something? It seemed
we
like y'all
will.
were pretty good at reviewing. Would be good at something like that.
No, we would love to do. We have interviewed artists before. It's just getting them to come.
Right.
Right.
That we have, I think, maybe what 5 interviews of different artists as singers we brought on here, but getting them to come is the hardest part.
No, I mean like music review. Like if there's somebody like y'all want to put on, or like is there a song that y'all ran into that other than
Oh yeah,
pretty much being copyrighted or something like that. If you can get it, because you know how that goes. But someone to introduce, because y'all seem like y'all pretty good narrators and analysts or something like that. The way how y'all just seem like y'all got that good kind of conglomerate. Y'all good would be good at that. That's what I'm saying.
no, I
I can see
appreciate
y'all
that.
doing that.
No, we could definitely do that if we can
Of
get.
course.
We would love to do that. Like you got a point. Maybe like a Music Fridays. You know what I mean? Get somebody who we can play. He doesn't have no YouTube copy ID on it, and we could just
Yeah.
play the music. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll
Yeah, that's
definitely get.
and where you can come by, review it with us as well. So,
You know,
Absolutely. I'm happy y'all have me. Anytime y'all want me to come up and and be involved in the conversation, topic line, you already know what time.
most definitely, and I'm gonna try to work on bringing your team over here as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're a part of a team, so yeah. So that's why I
You
say,
know the respect is there for you, right? You know when folks come over here from where we at, they gonna know what time it is. You kind of gotta know as soon as you step over, like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
they're, so you kind of know already. So
yeah, I know already, but I keep enjoying they don't know, but I know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
yeah,
already, you already know we appreciate you. You know, I'm gonna have you back. And not only that, but guys, on your way out, please make sure you hit that. Please make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And also make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. And like always, make sure you go to KR Culture Radio Community tab. In the Community tab, there's a KR Culture Radio T-shirt me and Jordan has on, and also President King new book Black Love. Come over here, support the platform. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Barry White. Shout out to Just J. Shout out to Lotus. Shout out to Motivating Vision. Shout out to Ray Midnight. Shout out to Just Hit Me Out. Shout out to Urban Noah. Shout out to Fresh Sound Florida. Who else is here? Shout out to Lord Spike. And also, we also have a new subscriber. She said she actually came from Chocolate.
Earth.
Shout out to Scarlett. Shout out to Chocolate Earth. She was here on
Yeah.
Monday. She did a good interview. You need to go back and check it. She did a really good interview. We might work on something to have y'all both on the panel. I talked to Jordan about that. You know, shout out to Jordan too with this wonderful topic. Jordan is the one that actually picked this topic. Amazing job, Jordan. Shout out to you. Shout out to Gore. I'm trying to make sure we get everybody. Shout out to those that's watching us on Instagram, watching us on Facebook, watching us on Twitch. We really do greatly appreciate it. And guys, y'all don't understand. We work so hard to get here. It doesn't matter. We got one person in the chat, but that one person means a lot, and it's just amazing because Hakeem can tell you already midnight. It was a journey, bro. It was a
It
journey.
was a journey.
It was a journey.
Yes.
Us to have you here and Jordan too, a part of the team. It's just an amazing feeling. Oh, and also shout out to Jay Prince for president. He was also here as well. So shout out to Hakeem and Jordan. We got to do an interview with him. Ray Minda already knows about him. So
oh, okay, okay, I'm gonna check that out.
see Ray laughing because you already know.
I do.
Excited. I'm gonna talk to him. So we really do greatly appreciate you guys. And like always, guys, thank you for tuning in to KR Culture Radio. We over and out.
Peace.
Peace, peace.
Yes.